G'day everyone, what is going on? It is your favorite producer from Down Under, Jhin, back with another video. And in this one, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make those simple yet really aggressive beats for someone such as 21 Savage or NARDO WICK. But yeah, if you are new here, would really appreciate it if you punch that subscribe button and also flick that little notification bell to get notified every single time I upload a video. But that being said, let's get into FL Studio and let's get into this beat. Okay, so here we are in FL Studio, and to begin with, when you're making a beat for someone such as 21 Savage or NARDO WICK, especially if you're going down the 808 Mafia path, is you want to come up with a simple melody, which is exactly what I did here. We are working in the key of C# minor at a BPM of 150. But to begin with, we started with a bell preset from Electra X called the Pluck Classic Metro, and lay down a really simple melody. That melody literally being in the key of C# minor and is just really repetitive throughout the whole thing. The only thing that's changing is the bass notes, just to give it a little bit of feeling and to make it feel like it is changing and evolving. But in context, this is what that melody sounds like. As you can hear, really simple, straight to the point. We do have a couple of accent notes being this E, this D sharp, and the C sharp, just to give it that little bit of high end. But the whole melody is repetitive. Literally what you need to do in order to make these hard and aggressive 808 Mafia beats is you need to rely on effects such as halftime, or you can reverse it, rely on reverb, delay, just give it a little bit of ambience as well. Practically, effects are your friends when it comes to making those aggressive 808 Mafia beats, and that, yet again, is what I did in this one. So there are parts where we've pitched it down an octave. For example, this one here actually has halftime on it. This one is actually pitched up an octave. But yeah, we're literally just relying on effects to give it that nice evolving sound, and so it actually sounds a little bit different. If I was to go to the melody bus, we have a Valhalla vintage verb, which is making it ambient, making it feel a little bit more full, a little bit of delay, so it actually is bouncing between the left and right headphones and is actually giving that little bit of feedback, making it feel ambient yet again. And then a free VST, which is ironically called Ambience. It is another reverb VST, but I have this one at the end just to make it feel a little bit more full, and as the name of the VST suggests, make it sound ambient. But other than that, you know, you can reverse the sample, for example with this one here. Going on to the drums are really simple. They're bouncy, really, you know, easy for an artist to be able to jump and perform on. We have the short clap coming in from the Tri-Freeze drum kit, just playing your generic 3 and 7 pattern. Nothing special with that one. We have this hi-hat, which is just really simple. We've cut it out every now and then just to give it some room, and we've added some rolls just to give it a little bit of extra bounce. In context, sounds like so. You know, nothing really happening there. It's so simple, straight to the point. We have this 808, which is the favorite 808 from the Tri-Freeze drum kit yet again, literally just playing the root note, which is C# minor. Every now and then we switch it up a little bit by adding in a higher octave, which is this C#6, just to make it sound a little bit different. And we do have some rolls and some quick bounces throughout, just to give it a little bit more rhythm and a little bit more bounce. In context, you know, really simple, straight to the point. We have this counter snare, which is the smoke snare from the Tri-Freeze drum kit, just playing a really simple pattern, sounds like so. Not really that complicated. One thing that I tend to do when it comes to making, you know, beats, especially an 808 Mafia beat, is I keep the Kenny motto, something he constantly says all the time in a lot of his live streams: don't overthink shit. You don't need stuff to be complicated in order to make a really nice beat. You can just keep it so simple, straight to the point, as long as there's enough room for an artist to be able to jump on and perform on it. And as long as it actually does work melodically, that's practically all that matters. You don't need to be throwing in so many different layers. You don't need to prove yourself as a producer. You just need to make something that an artist can jump on and can easily flow on. Going on to other effects, we have this woo perk coming in from the Tri-Freeze drum kit. You know, really simple pattern, not a lot happening there. We have this kick, which follows some 808s, but is actually out while some of the 808s is playing. That's another thing I can suggest, is you don't need your kick to be playing every single time the 808 does. You can take the kick away, let the 808 breathe, and vice versa, take the 808 away, so the kick can actually breathe. It gives it, you know, more bounce. It's something that I learned from Metro Boomin watching that video when he made it with Razor. Is, you know, you don't need the 808 to play every single time the kick does, and vice versa. But yeah, we do have this essential hi-hat, which is reversed and practically is sweeping into the clap. Then we have this labs hat, which plays after the clap just to give it a little bit of extra bounce. And that's practically all the perks, minus this snare roll, which kind of leads from one part of the hook into the other. Not really that much, but in context, all the drums sound like so. It's just so simple, straight to the point, not really that much happening, but sounds like so. As you can hear, so simple, but all the elements that are being used actually bounce off each other and just help create that rhythm, help create that groove. But other parts that I did in regards to the melody is we have this one that's pitched up, which is actually blended in with the original, and in context, those two together actually sound like so. As you can hear, you know, they're just blended in really well. You don't actually tend to hear that high-pitched one that much, but it's just making the melody sound full. Same with this reverse one. I chopped it up, reversed it, put it in the correct order it's supposed to, so it's actually reversing the note that's originally being played. And in context, this section sounds like so. Literally just being used as more ear candy. It's simple stuff like that that can actually make a beat sound more full and actually make it sound like it's changing. And it's a technique that's used a lot when it comes to 808 Mafia and their beats. If you've watched a live stream by Southside or Palace or, you know, even Pyrex Whipper, any of the 808 Mafia crew, they just have a really simple melody, but it's the effects that they use that can actually make it sound like it's evolving and changing. But going on to the effects that are actually automated, we just have halftime that comes on at the beginning and the end. And other than that, we just have a reverb washout for the end and a master volume turning down. There's not really that much happening. But yeah, if you are new here, I would really appreciate, yet again, if you punch that subscribe button and flick that little notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload a video. But yeah, that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next week for a regular video.